Good morning. I woke up not too long ago. You are propped up on pillows. And I woke up thinking about purpose, and specifically from a masculine perspective, not gender specific. Actually, in this case, a little bit gender specific, how I woke up feeling it and seeing it. I had this vision and this feeling of immense purpose, and that feeling of purpose that overrides everything else. That feeling that having purpose and finding your purpose, it fuels you to do things that you didn't even know you were capable of doing, and to stop doing things that you didn't even know you were capable of not doing anymore. Things like drinking, like going out partying, like having a sense of purpose and finding your purpose. And in particular, the vision that I had when I woke up, or that I was given, was of a man. That's what I mean, kind of gender specific. In terms of the vision, you can take this how it resonates for you, just don't make it fit. This vision of a man leading other men and guiding other men into their masculinity, into their divine masculinity, helping other men to rise. And it felt so fulfilling. Obviously it wasn't about me, or maybe, I don't know, but I think it was about you, if you're the one watching. But it was this profound sense of purpose, of having labored that divine masculinity within you, and having overcome so many obstacles in your life, and having understood masculine and feminine energies, having dissolved layers and layers and layers of generational trauma, and reaching this point where you're like, okay, cool, now what? Like, yeah, awesome, but now what? You've reached this point of, I want to share this and I want to help. And that has put you in a position where suddenly old habits don't appeal to you anymore. Where suddenly this just feels like the most important thing on earth to do, to help other men rise in their masculinity. That's what I got. And by the way, our first card was the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about... It's not early. It's just early for me. It's a card of collaboration. It's a card of work. So let's see. And I was guided specifically to use this deck. I have 3 in my collection, if you can call it 3. 3 of Pentacles, 3. And listen. Speak, Maria. I am Argentinian. I was born in Argentina. And I drink mate in the morning. So Spirit told me to record this as I was drinking my mate, which is the first thing I do in the morning. I go straight to the kettle, hot water, whatever. And I said, Spirit, fine, but I'm going to drink my mate on camera because I'm not drinking my mate in the morning. Listen, my friend, you've got the Lovers and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, the Lovers and the Knight of Wands. The Lovers, it can be taken as, literally as it sounds. Union, divine partnership. And this Knight of Wands is a card of action, brash, quick, fast forward action. Let me get one more card because I want to understand whether the vision that I had when I was waking up, which is why God told me to record, is connected to divine partnership and union. Oh my God, the Six of Wands. I think the Six of Wands is the card of victory. In this whole deck, this whole ass deck, there's a lot of cards in here. This card is the card of victory. And me asking, how is this connected? Is it connected? It's saying, I'm speaking to a masculine. It's saying, it's all connected. I did a video yesterday. It's been uploading for like 9 hours. I don't know why it's taking that long. It's still not loaded, but there was a segment in there about divine union and how coming into divine union and the journey of getting yourself to a point where you're ready for a divine union is a massive deal. It's not like a simple relationship. It's not a relationship that you can just manifest through a simple technique. It requires so much work, so much self-awareness, so much understanding of purpose, because a divine union partnership, they are designed to have an impact on the world around you. They are designed for growth. To be in a divine union relationship requires a lot of growth from you and from the feminine prior to coming into partnership in the 3D. And once you're in partnership, the purpose of divine union is to purpose, such a strong word today. The purpose of divine union is to uplift humanity in whatever way that comes about through your union. Maybe you're inspiring people through your love. I get this sense that for you as the masculine watching, there's an element of your divine union. Maybe you're in one right now, will inspire other men, or the way through the divine union you will or you have reached a heightened state in your divine masculinity, or you've unraveled lessons in your divine masculinity which you will be able to translate to other men. There's this element of victory, of saying you've put in the work to get yourself to this point where you're ready, or you are in a divine union partnership. And it's leading you to the state of it's leading you to the state of victory. And the only thing that you want to do, that's so interesting, as you reach this state of internal victory, is you want to share it with others. And in particular, you want to share it with other men. You want to guide other men and help other men to do what you have done. Can you see in the card how he is leading other men? I can't make this shit up. Can you see that? Like, if we're being honest, preparing yourself for a woman, preparing yourself for your feminine. Now I'm not being gender specific. Did that not require the most work you've ever done on yourself in your life? When you got to the point in the past, when you got to the point to say, fuck, like, I don't want a simple relationship. I want the relationship. I want something that I've never seen before. I want what I've never seen but I know exists. And you started learning and unraveling things about masculinity, femininity, relationships, and you went down this journey. I can feel that you're somebody that's gone down this journey. You've put in the work. I lost my train of thought. Oh, did that not completely change you as a man? And you started, I think, from this point of, I don't want that. I don't want this type of relationship. I don't want what my parents had. I don't want that. There has to be, I know there is something greater. I know it. I feel it. I have goosebumps. My brother in Christ. You got the Emperor. The Emperor is like, the Emperor. It's like ultimate divine masculine energy. There's a lot of masculine energy. Six of Wands, the Emperor, you've done so much work, you've integrated so much, you've come to terms with your feminine side. You're sitting very peacefully, very calmly on your throne. You've got your success, you've got your humility, and you've got such a massive ability in you to lead. And you not only respect yourself, but people around you massively respect you. I heard even if it's quiet, the people around you, they respect you. Everything that you've done, everything you've said no to, I just heard, whatever you've said no to, people respect you. And you're already a great leader. You're already driven by purpose. I like this energy. 9 of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. Without thinking, I just placed it on top of the Lovers card. I get this feeling that through the manifestation or through the journey towards the manifestation of a divine union partnership, which is what kind of kicked off this whole unraveling and healing journey of yours, you've gotten yourself to this place of the Emperor energy and this understanding of your purpose and your desire to help men heal and grow. And you understand that divine union was the pathway. They're not separate. You've got the Devil. I can't show it because YouTube, whatever. And then the Page of Pentacles, but you've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I get the feeling that the Page of Pentacles is like, I'm reading it as like, here you go, like a small offer. It's not small, but it's just, it feels small right now energetically. It is masculine energy. It's funny because I put it on the other side. I'm going to get one more before I speak. Balance, justice. I forget to show it justice. One more. I just want to clarify. And I want some update. Queen of Wands, upright. Okay. Okay. It seems that, I want to say in the past, you cultivated an offer out of obsession, maybe toxicity, which led you down this path of understanding more about relationships and about masculine and feminine. And that experience allowed you to understand balance in masculine and feminine energy. And there's this sense of understanding the feminine and the power of the feminine, of the divine feminine. And understanding that you can't control. I just say what I hear. You can't control the divine feminine. So something in your past, an experience probably in relationship with another feminine, led you to understand, led you to understand, Seven of Pentacles, led you to understand that you can't control the divine feminine. I get the feeling that you not did something like bad, but you were performing, or that's the word that's coming through. You were performing out of that state that you were in the past, maybe prior to having done an extra layer of work, and you were guided by obsession and by maybe toxic habits that you didn't realize were toxic, and it allowed you to have an experience where things kind of didn't work out, or they didn't work out how you were expecting them to work out, because you were trying to get a specific outcome, and because you were functioning from this more toxic place. The balancing out that happened through that experience was you understanding that you can't control a divine feminine energy. A feminine energy that's in her power, in her seat, that also knows how to take action out of integrity. And you, Seven of Pentacles, it's like you've taken, that experience allowed you to take a step back and say, oh, holy shit, I've never experienced this before. Like, I am used to being able to control, which I didn't realize I was doing, feminines through this toxic, maybe manipulative behavior. And because this divine feminine didn't budge, or was like, the fuck you on about, the fuck you doing, you had this, oh, I just had, you had this come to Jesus moment, like, oh, shit, I've never experienced this before. Like, a woman, like, in her power, like, the fuck away from me, brother. Don't know what you're doing with that shit. Seven of Cups in reverse, Seven of Cups upright. See how it's very chaotic? Is the card of illusions and masks and whatnot. I think that you, through this experience, you unraveled and unveiled these different masks and illusions within yourself, and you started to realize, holy shit, it's not just about the woman. I still have operating systems within me that are a little toxic. They're a little rooted in me needing control over the feminine. And I've never met someone who I can't control in the feminine energy. Why am I doing this? Why do I need control? Blah, blah, blah. And that led you down this rabbit hole of understanding your need for control and understanding divine femininity. Salud. Page of Wands, High Priestess. Page of Wands signals the start of a new journey. The High Priestess is divine feminine wisdom, divine feminine intuition. You see how she's holding a key? Oh, this is what we're saying. What did I just say? I love tarot. I love spirit. We're saying that this experience allowed you to have a come to Jesus moment and say, holy shit, there's these masks that I'm wearing. Why am I wearing them? And you went down this journey, down this rabbit hole of uncovering those sticky points inside of you. And that was because you encountered this divine feminine that didn't take your shit. Maybe you didn't realize that it was shit. You were just operating from an operating model that you had. But that allowed you to wake up, to take a step back and to say, oh, shit. Why am I seeking to control a feminine? What is it within me that needs control? And the High Priestess and the Page of Wands, it's just confirming what I'm saying, that this divine feminine, and maybe not just, it could not just have been one, or it could not just have been the experience, but you understanding divine feminine energy, you learning more about divine feminine energy and how it operates, and knowing that you don't control feminine energy, you revere it. It allowed you to start going on a journey, on a new path. You've turned a new corner. I love tarot. If you're a masculine watching this, which, this is for the masculines, but I know some feminines are curious. How do I know that? Because I identify with feminine energy and I'm curious, and I follow on Instagram, I follow a lot of men who guide other men. And I love it because it teaches me about masculinity and it teaches me about divine masculinity. So it's just a great way to learn, right? And to ascend. I don't know why I'm hearing the song. What a girl wants, what a girl needs, whatever happens. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know the lyrics. As I'm singing that, the Empress comes out. We had the Emperor. This is your divine counterpart. So maybe you've been learning through this whole new journey about learning about the divine feminine and understanding that you can't control divine feminine. You're like, okay, so what does a girl want? What does a girl need? I like you. I like you a lot. 10 of Wands. You're like, whatever the girl wants, whatever the girl needs. 10 of Wands is like, let's fucking go. Let's go give it to her. But it's like, I'm willing to do anything. Pride aside, ego aside. It's like, there's nothing more important than this divine union journey. There's nothing more important. this whole journey has helped me become the man that I've always dreamed of being. And this whole journey has allowed me to find my purpose, which for you specifically watching is to guide and to lead other men into their divine masculinity. And it's a sense of saying all the work that I sifted through inside of myself has been for this. A few more. Six of Pentacles. I'll show you in a second. Ten of Swords falling right on top of the Ten of Wands. Even though it looks like a scary card because it's like stabbed in the back, laying on the floor, it is a card of surrender, which is actually a great energy to be in. And Six of Pentacles is a card of giving and taking, of balancing out energies. I think that you have moved away from those experiences in the past where you learnt about that toxicity within yourself and about, whoa, I am seeking to have control over women. Why is that? And then down the rabbit hole you went, learning about divine feminine energy. And then you realize, oh my God, I want to be an emperor so I can have an empress, because I want a divine feminine and I want to be in my divine masculine. And you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. This has allowed you to surrender into this giving and taking energy where you've dissolved your need for control and you've dissolved your need the need within you to have dominion over a woman. And that is literally the definition of an emperor, that can be in reverence of his woman and that can fully understand and fully surrender to the knowing that a woman is your guiding light to, a divine feminine woman is your guiding light to the greatest version of you that you could ever imagine. And when you dissolve the need for control inside of yourself and you allow yourself to open yourself to surrender to the give and take, to the ebb and flow of a divine feminine, you will open yourself up to victory, to everything you could have ever dreamed of. Oh, Eight of Cups and Nine of Swords and Page of Swords together. Eight of Cups is walking away. Nine of Swords is fears. And Page of Swords is communication messenger. I think you're walking away from your fears of speaking your truth. Okay. What about their purpose? Purpose, the vision I had this morning. Interesting. Ace of Swords. So what did we just say? You're walking away from fears of speaking your truth. I think speaking your truth maybe previously or up until recently made you feel really vulnerable because it gets you out of that state of control that you were used to living in. But because you had this come to Jesus moment where you're like, control is not really getting me what I want, the ability to open yourself up and speak truth is something that opens the floodgates to that relationship that you want and that seat of divine masculinity that you want. And how it's connected to your purpose in guiding and leading other men, it's going to be a key skill and a key element of your teachings when it comes to guiding men to rise to their emperor energy. I have goosebumps all over my body. The power of speaking truth. This is a very strong and very powerful card. It's the Ace of Swords. It's all about truth and communication and brand new beginnings in truth. I heard it's not all about action, physical doing, etc. Words and unblocking your throat chakra. I think you're a masculine that previously in your life, or maybe you've struggled with speaking your whole life. And as they say, your biggest struggles are your biggest blessing. So when you get to this seat of leading other men into their divine masculinity, a big chunk of your teaching will center around unblocking the throat chakra and speaking truth. That's very specific and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You're releasing resentment, walking. Oh, I have goosebumps all over my body. I understand. You walking away from the fear of speaking your truth. The Page of Swords is like the baby messenger card. Like you getting the courage to start speaking your truth. Remember I asked, how is all this connected to your purpose? And then we get the Ace of Swords. You are a leader. And you unblocking that throat chakra and learning how to vocalize and verbalize your truth is going to be the biggest skill that you're going to pass on to the men that you lead and to the men that you help. That's so beautiful. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You've put in a lot of work. You've put in a lot of work to get here. Okay, the Hermit in reverse. I think we're about to end the reading. I feel it. The Hermit in reverse. You've put in a lot of work on your own, in isolation, and you're either just now coming out of it, or Spirit, God is saying, it's time to get out of the house. It's time to go outside. It's time to speak that truth. It's time to start putting yourself out there. It's time to start putting yourself in that leadership position. You're ready. You'll never feel fully ready, but you're ready. It's time. That's enough on your own. That's enough in your mind. And as I said that, the King of Pentacles comes out. King of Pentacles, divine masculine energy, in his seat, in his groundedness, in his stability, in his financial stability. Going outside and not being in your mind anymore. Maybe it's time to start putting yourself out there in a position where you lead men. This will open the gateway for you to provide. Queen of Swords, divine feminine in her truth. Yes. 2 more, and that's it. I heard Spirit saying the message is go outside. Go. Figuratively or physically. Just go. Outside of yourself. Go. It's go time. One more. Yes, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords upright is like a stillness, a resting time, a pause. It's reverse. It's go time. That's just confirmation. Okay. Again, I'm very proud of you, and waking up with that vision and feeling into your energy was a privilege, and it was an honor for me. So whoever you are, masculine watching, the work that you're doing on yourself and the work that you want to share with other men is so needed in this world. And if there's any part of you that's doubting your power, doubting your leadership, I think the whole point of me being woken up with that vision was to tell you, you are awesome. You're awesome. You've got this. And the men of the world, the men in your community, they need you. And remember, they respect you, even if nobody's saying it. Whatever work you've been doing on yourself, it shows, and people respect you. Men in particular, they look up to you. And I think that that purpose is calling at you. I'm going to leave it there. Have a great day. I'll see you with the next one. This will probably take another 45 million hours to upload, but bye.